Well, welcome back to the Word Expanded, the Gospels. We're in Matthew. We're in chapter 8. We're finishing it up. We're going to start in verse 28. It says this, "And when he came to the other side, to the country of the Gadarenes, two demon-possessed men met him, and coming out of the tombs, so fierce that no one could pass that way. Behold, they cried out, 'What have you to do with us, O Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before the time?' Now a herd of many pigs was feeding at some distance from them. And the demons begged him, saying, 'If you cast us out, send us away into the herd of pigs.' He said to them, 'Go.' And they came out and went into the pigs. And behold, the whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the sea and drowned into the waters. The herdsmen fled, and going into the city, they told everything, especially what had happened to the demon-possessed man. Behold, all the city came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they begged him to leave their region." There's a ton in this section, lots of sermons to be preached. We're trying to do a synopsis, a short version of this whole thing, which is hard for me to do. But there's this idea that Jesus, right, came to the other side, to the country of the Gadarenes, and two men came out that were so fierce, right, they could not be held down. They could not be controlled. The demonic oppression, possession on them was so fierce that they couldn't be held down. And notice what happens in this story is that Jesus addresses them, right? Addresses them and deals with them. This gives us hope. No matter how fierce your storm is, no matter how fierce the battle is that you're in, whether it's self-imposed things that you're doing to yourself or outside imposed things that other people are doing to you, there is no demonic force too strong for Jesus. With just a word, just his presence, right? These two men that could not be controlled at all for any reason by anybody, with just the presence of Jesus, were immediately subdued and immediately asking for basically mercy from Jesus, right? Don't send us away. Send us to the pigs over there. Send us someplace into something, right? And so that's exactly what Jesus did. Now, Jesus knew exactly what was going to happen. The pigs are going to run off the cliff and drown. So that's probably why he let them go there, right? But I want you to also look at the end of this. Jesus frees two men, right, that could not be controlled by other people. And instead of the people being in awe of that, because notice the wording there. The herdsmen fled, and going into the city, they told everything, especially what happened to the demon-possessed men. These herdsmen of the pig, they are telling, right, the townspeople this whole event, but they're focused especially on telling them what happened to these two demon-possessed men. And notice, right, the townspeople come out, and instead of being excited, being super thankful for what happened to their fellow men that they couldn't control, the fact that they had been freed from demonic oppression, possession, instead of being excited about that, what do they ask of Jesus? They ask him to leave the region, their region, leave the whole area. We don't want you anywhere near us. Has that ever happened to you? Where you are, right? Something good has happened to you. You're excited about what Jesus has done in your life, but you've been met by resistance from the people outside. That happens all the time. Not everybody who gets saved has a family who's excited. Not everybody who gets healed has a family who's excited. Not everybody who confesses sin and gets things taken care of and gets rid of the oppression and the possession, not everybody around you is going to be excited. There are people who like you just the way you are. There are people who benefit from you just the way you are. But the presence of Jesus, it just has this authoritative power that does that which no one else, no man can do. But be prepared. Not everybody is going to be excited about the changes in your life. I think that's one of the things that really undoes, right, new Christians a lot, is they come home with an excitement and they're met with a resistance, a fierce resistance. We don't want Jesus anywhere near our region. Get rid of him. I'm going to let you chew on that a little bit, on your reaction to people, right? Maybe you one of the people who isn't excited about what Jesus is doing in the lives of others. Maybe you're excited for what other people are doing. But are you facing this fierce resistance and you don't really know what to do with it? Right? That's why we need to be surrounded by brothers and sisters, people who have fought the same battle. Maybe not the same intensity, maybe not the same way, but they've fought the same battle. And they can come up alongside you and help you. Chew on that. We'll talk to you next time right here. The Word Expanded.